Hello guys, I'm going to give you the simplest and easiest way of solving this question. All you just have to do is click on the plus sign to follow me, share, like and comment on this video. And if you go to my bio, you will see the link that will take you to my YouTube channel where you can subscribe and click on the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I release my videos. Now straight on to the formula. Formula says the mass of the first element over the mass of the second element equals to the electrochemical equivalent of the first element over the electrochemical equivalent of the second element. Now electrochemical equivalent is equals to what? Mass over valency. The molar mass, the molar mass over the valency, or you can say over the number of charges. Electrochemical equivalent, molar mass of the element over the valency. Okay, now let's go on to the question. It says a quantity of electricity liberates 3.6 grams of silver. So you can say the first element is what? M1 is what? Silver. M1 is silver, which is what? 3.6 grams. 3.6 grams, okay? From each salt, what mass of aluminium will be liberated? So M2 being the mass of aluminium is what we are told to find in the question. Will be liberated from each salt by the same quantity of electricity. Now we are given the mass numbers of this. Now you ask, what is now the molar mass on the valency? Okay, now let's look for it in the question. Now electrochemical equivalent of what? Please let's move on to this other side. Sorry, electrochemical equivalent of the first element. The first element is what? The first element is silver. We give us what? The molar mass. Okay, no need to write it in full. The molar mass over the valency. Now the molar mass has already been given in the question. Since it's not in a compound, neither is it the atomic element. We are not going to multiply or do anything. We are just going to simply write the 108. So the molar mass we can say is 108 divided by. Now let's find the valency. Now we want to know silver is what? Silver is a metal, and it needs to give out one electron in order to be stable. Valency of silver is 1. So creating a half equation. A half reaction in what? In electrochemistry, we have Ag plus E minus. Now in this reaction, silver is giving out electron and is also gaining electron in order to become what? Stable. We call this half reduction reaction in electrochemistry. So here the valency of silver is 1. 108 divided by 1, we have 108. So the electrochemical equivalent of silver is 108. Now moving on, the electrochemical equivalent of what? Of the second element, which is aluminium, now is what? Molar mass over the valency. Now the molar mass is what? The molar mass is what was given in the question, which is 27. I told you it's not a diatomic, neither is in a compound, so we're not dividing, we're not adding anything, we're not multiplying anything, we're just going to write it like that as what? 27. And the valency, we all know that the valency of what? Aluminium. The valency of aluminium is 3. What do I mean? I will have drawn the electronic configuration of silver, but that will take our time. But now I can draw that of aluminium. We have hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon, sodium, magnesium, aluminium. Now you can see this is aluminium has what? 3 valencies. It needs to give out 3, making it an electropositive metal in order to be stable. So therefore, creating half reaction, we have Al3 plus 3E minus. As it's giving out electron, it needs to what? Gain back electron in order to be what? To be neutral, according to what? Electrochemistry. So therefore, aluminium having 3 valency, we divide. Molar mass divided by valency, we have 27 divided by 3, which is 9. So the electrochemical equivalent of aluminium is 9. Now let's go back to substitute in our formulas. We have M1 over M2 equals to the E1 over E2. Okay, now the first mass is what? 3.6 of silver being the first element over the M2 is what we are looking for. No need to write M2 again. We can say mass of aluminium, which is MAl, equals to what? The electrochemical equivalent, which we got 108 and 9. So we have 108. This is the electrochemical equivalent of silver, and 9 the electrochemical equivalent of what? Of Al, which is aluminium. Now multiplying both sides, making mass of aluminium solid formula, we have what? 3.6 times what? 9, as you can see, divided by 108. Now 3.6 times 9 will give us 35.1 divided by 108. We get 0.32, maybe 5, yeah, if you press your calculator, grams. So which of these corresponds? We have 2.0, 1.2, 0.9, and 0.3. Now you can see that this one cannot ever approximate. So in this case that I say one decimal place, we have something like 0.3 grams. You can also move it like this, which is D. Yeah, this is the simplest way of answering this question. So our final answer is 0.3 grams. Thanks for watching. Follow me for more and stay tuned.